Today, as of this moment, vision has become reality. The way is now ahead. From sandstone and a strong, unwavering vision, an institution was built to offer a student experience without peer. A university created to redefine the landscape, setting new heights for global education. In our first 30 years, almost 30,000 alumni have passed through our doors.
All our graduates to extend. Be successful, have great careers, and never forget what you learned.
With an unbreakable bond to the international networks and experiences that position them for success. Together, we have built a legacy. A legacy that continues to evolve today.
Bond University will take its place among the great universities.
As we strive for and reach new horizons in personalized learning, we continue to deliver a truly remarkable global student experience.
To my fellow graduates, thank you for your friendship. Please cherish the memories and friends, but continue making new ones. Goodbye and good luck.
Since 1989, Bond University has forged the way in law, business, society and design, health sciences and medicine, and sport. Led by great minds.
Bond University will become a magnificent jewel in the crown of Australian tertiary education.
With an even greater vision for the next 30 years and beyond. It's because of those who came before us that our future is limitless.
Everyone, please stand for the academic procession.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. So a very warm welcome to you all. Let me begin on behalf of the university community and indeed all in attendance here today to acknowledge the Kumbameri people. The Kumbameri people are the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet here today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Do so in the spirit of reconciliation. And moreover, I acknowledge all Indigenous persons here today, including those who are graduating. Let me acknowledge first everyone who has travelled to be here today. For many of our graduates, they have missed their families while their time has been spent up here at Bond. Roughly about a third of our students come from overseas, about a third of our students come from the other Australian states, and about a third are Queenslanders. So I like to say that over 2/3 of our students commute over 1,000 kilometres for their education. And of course, while they're here, we very much appreciate they miss their family, their friends, their mates, and so I trust that those of you who have been able to come up here on occasion and see your loved ones during the course of their studies, that today is a really, really special day for you. So I thank you on behalf of the graduates for making the effort to be here and to enjoy this very special moment, a particular moment in their lives that I trust that they will never forget. I would like, on behalf of our graduates, to also acknowledge the academics from the Faculty of Society and Design who have so much engaged themselves in your education. The academic life is a difficult life. It is a life where it is relatively, I can say this, overworked and underpaid, yet they do it for the passion of education and for days like today where they get to experience with you your graduations. Can I acknowledge a particularly special couple that are in the audience here with us today? And this wonderful couple, Sahel and Anna Bedian, have joined us to be part of this ceremony. They have been great supporters of this university, in particular programs in the Faculty of Society and Design for well over a decade now. They've provided extraordinary generosity through an outstanding scholarship scheme to support many students, and I suspect that today we have several students who are graduating who would not be able to be here today if it was not for the support of the Abedian Foundation. They've been an inspiration and constant source of support and wisdom to the Abedian School of Architecture, which of course carries the Abedian name, and Dr. Sahel Abedian is the patron of the Abedian School of Architecture. They've also assisted many Bondies in getting a career start and followed their careers with much interest and support. And they've been absolutely wonderful ambassadors for this university and for higher education in general. So ladies and gentlemen, will you please give Sahel and Anne a special round of applause. So graduations are always very special events, and graduations at this time of the year, in the middle of the year on the Gold Coast, are absolutely wonderful. The Gold Coast weather, for those of you that have travelled, the Gold Coast weather at this time of the year is pretty average. So the typical day is like today, probably about 25 degrees, blue skies, not a breath of wind in the air, and it does get better than that. That's my attempt at humour. I'm glad you all laughed with me on it. I want to point out just a couple of quirky facts about the mid-year graduations. So you may not be aware, but there are actually a series of graduation ceremonies. There are 4 in this year's sequence of mid-year events, and we are at graduation ceremony number 2. But if we add up where we will get to by the end of the 4th ceremony, this university will have graduated, believe it or not, 32,999 students. So when we get to the end of the year, the very first graduate will of course be 33,000. And we celebrate the 1,000th graduate in the sequence each time it comes around. So you don't have to worry about it, but if one of your classmates is graduating tomorrow afternoon, and their surname happens to begin with Z or something, they're particularly unlucky, being the 32nd 1,999. Quirky fact for you, the most common name of the graduating cohort across these 2 days, 4 ceremonies, is Sam. Our youngest graduate is a mere 18, graduating from Bond University College with a diploma. And our oldest graduate, anyone want to have a guess? There was a Beatles song written about it, is 64. We'll be graduating students who will now join our international range of student sources, which will bring our total number of countries to 142. I'm not quite sure how many countries there are in the world. I think it's somewhere around about 180 odd, depending upon which geopolitical fence you sit on. But we're getting pretty close to a graduate from every country in the world. And I think that says something about this university, its reach, and the fact that we continue to be a university which is regarded as a global destination. Look, and we really believe here that there's something special about Bond University. Our students obviously believe that, otherwise they wouldn't be here. I want to thank you all for choosing Bond. I'm not sure that that's been said along the journey, but you would have had a choice, and we really thank you for choosing Bond, and I trust that we haven't let you down. And if life is to be measured by moments, may this be one of those moments that you stitch together in your mind, and over the journey of your wonderful life that lies ahead of you, you remember this day. And you probably won't remember who I am or what I said, but I just trust you have this great warmth about the day, and whenever you think about this day, it takes you to a really happy place, because you deserve it. And as our graduates will tell you, this university is more than just a degree. This university immerses itself in the lives of our students. We try and transform them. We try and get them to think differently. We don't force ideology down their throats. Rather, we firmly and absolutely believe that our students must think for themselves. And so when they leave this place, they are capable of making their own decisions. They are capable of forming their own judgments. They are capable of understanding the boundaries of society, and they are capable of understanding the values that they must live. And these are all important attributes about being a member, a human member of society, because increasingly there are non-human members of society. And I think every one of you will have a ChatGTP account, won't you? And as we move forward with the world of artificial intelligence, it will be even more important that those who are able to live human values will rise, and rise throughout their career, rise through society, and rise to the occasion. For we are about teaching you how to conduct respectful and civic discourse, how when challenged with an opposing view, how to analyse that view, and that is through science and not emotion. You need to analyse both sides of the argument. You will have learnt to go and collect and collate what data are available. You will have learnt to synthesise the arguments. You will have learnt to distill those arguments down into common language that is persuasive and influential. And if you do all of that, you should carry the day. Unfortunately, in today's society, there is way too much shouting. Don't you think? Everyone seems to be shouting at everyone. So maybe there should be a little less shouting and a little more listening. And I think some respectful listening. And it doesn't mean that you have to agree with everyone's opinion. That's what's great. That's what's great about being a human, is you never know what you're going to confront, and everyone is different. And as people are allowed to have different opinions, and because they have different opinions doesn't make them a bad person. It just means they're different from you. And if everyone was the same as you, how boring would life be? You'd spend all your day in front of a mirror. So celebrating the great diversity of humanity, celebrating that people do have different opinions is such a wonderful thing. but we need to do it, I think, in a more respectful and civic manner. And I trust that you have learnt some of those skills and attributes and patience and an ability to get on with fellow humans. And that is arguably more important than the testamer that you will leave this room with today. So as you move on with your journey in life, as you move into your future career, which I really hope, trust, no, actually I believe is going to be very successful. And you'll have challenges along the way. Those challenges will sometimes not be easily overcome, but they'll be challenges worth overcoming. And as I said earlier, when you perhaps are challenged and you think that maybe it's a bit of a dark day, it's one of those days that you think, oh, can we just get through to tomorrow? That you find somewhere in the recesses of your mind the fondness of your time here at this university and just say, what did I learn at Bond and what would they tell me? What would they tell me to do? And so you carry that with you for life because you are now part of us, just as we are part of you. And your actions and your behaviours, how you conduct yourself, how you treat people, the decisions you make, your morals, all of that will reflect not just on you and your family, but will reflect on this university. And despite the magnificence of the campus surrounds and the greenery and the sandstone and all of that, 99.9% of this university is embedded in its people. And you are the next generation. So I wish you well. I wish you well on your journey, whatever it may hold. And while today is a day to celebrate, I do want all of you who are graduating to say to yourself, I'm going to reach out and thank those people that made today possible. So maybe it's a partner, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your grandparents, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's an anonymous donor, maybe it's Sahel and Ann Abedian. Whoever it is, I'm sure that you haven't come this far on your own. And those people that have helped you, not just the people here in the audience, because they're the easy ones to say thank you to. It'll be those people who are far and wide, and perhaps you haven't seen for a while, and perhaps you haven't spoken to for a while. My personal advice is don't send them a text, don't Facebook them, don't email them. There is a remarkable thing that you all have, which is either in your palm of your hand at the moment. I can see him, he's not listening to a word I'm saying, he's still typing away. And he still doesn't even know. Oh, hello, sir, how are we today? I rest my case. So you have this remarkable thing, it's called, what's it called? It's called a phone. And some of you may be old enough to remember what a phone actually does. It allows you to speak with other people. So my message is sincerely, if there's someone you want to thank today, call them because I'm sure they would love to hear your voice. And they would love to hear just those special words of thank you, I love you. They are really special, special words. So as you now look forward to walking across this stage here and not tripping over, and I always like to say that, because it means that you will walk more slowly than you would otherwise do so, because I think walking slowly across the stage at this moment in time is something which is really graceful and something that allows the audience to share that moment with you. So as I will be standing over there, don't run to me, I'll dodge and get out of the way, walk gracefully and do not trip over. As Vice-Chancellor of this university, I have some great pleasures in my role. And while, yes, one of the great pleasures is occasionally dressing up in this very fancy dress, which I have to tell you, in summer is not so great because these things were designed for European winters and Australian summers. But in addition to getting dressed up, I have the great privilege of admitting the graduands to their degrees. So graduands, will you please be upstanding? I declare that each graduand has been certified by the Chair of Academic Senate that they have satisfied the requirements for admission to the award for which they are being presented. I hereby admit you to those awards for which you have qualified, and I also admit those who have qualified for their degrees and diplomas who are unable to be present today. With those words, I now admit you to your degrees. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the moment of graduation, right there. So, congratulations, everyone. Please be seated. So, I look forward to the presentation of each individual graduate. To everyone in the room, you have a copy of the program where you can follow the list of graduates. Their names will also be displayed on the screen behind me. Please be respectful, please be encouraging, and please be very appreciative of their individual efforts as they cross the stage and receive their testamers. I'll now leave you in the very capable and safe hands of the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Society and Design, Professor Derek Carson.
While I know that many of you may want to take photographs, we do have a professional photographer in attendance, and I see that he's just taken his seat. And thus, please, everyone in the audience, please remain in your seats during the ceremony at all times. Vice-Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Society and Design and the Transformation CoLab. Tyson Jesse Law. Tutu Zen. Talia Janine Eastwood. Ella Joan Strange. Elka Jane Devney. Natalia Klaici. Kelsey Grace King. Grace Parker. Sylvia Catherine Peace. Darcy Avalon Sexton. Stephanie Douglas. Aristine Augustine Erepia. Oscar John Healy. Jian Chuan Lin. Jasmine Sardi. Jack Wilshire. Yen Zhao. Madison Kate Anstis. Hannah Ray Cienci. Nicaden John Greenwood. Alicia Jade Rice. Eloise Claire Bowden. Grace Lisbeth Brownsey. Kiki Alexandra Crean. Mia Emily Grace Erskine. Gemma Margot Kukel. Jake Charles Menusukis. Shiromani Singh. Laurie Isabella Edgerton. Benjamin David Black. Maximilian Brian Bambach. Kimberly May Masters. Marina Hirose. Erin Piggott. Zach Marcu Prum. Jake Sherrington. Maggie Fiona Edwards. Talia Kotsas. Natalie Frances Loxford. Rebecca Sarah Butt. Sam Fuller. Ramisa Fariha Khan. Vanessa Arawin Sikh. Nguyen Toi Van Dau. Miguel Terla. Stephen Luis Baleva. Philip John Nicholas Darnton. Maxwell Dowd. Alexandra Charlotte Kavanagh. Erin Kate Lean. Georgia Skye McTaggart. Natasha Ann Marr. Tiffany Ashley Samonti. Ashley Malik Al-Aidani. Kirk Gerald Coster. Christos Armatas. Sean Byster Bowles. Jessica Kate Chafee. Li Juin Fang. Jing Hui Dai. Cheek Man Lung. Liu Jenny Wang. Ziai Lang Jun. Chin Song Sao. Ka Wing Che. Jahi Gu. Dong Yang He. Ding Xing Lin. Cho Kwong Po. Shi Ying Wang. Wei Wang. Men Gwen Pan. Georgia Beth Shampers. Alessandra Marie Watterson. Neil Paban Kalita. Joanne Marie Wilkie. Pederu Ranapura Huaj Mewantha Priyadarshana Somaranthna. Sujay Subhash Metkar. Baofi Nong. Hannah Baird. Abby Freeman. Caitlin Taylor Grimmett. Yahoo Kang. Erin Therese Poulin. Joshua Riley Scarpino. Lauren van der Leest. Leshay Angela Wells. Melina J. West Rogers. Isabella Elise Whittingham. Clara Alice Wilson. Nina Elizabeth Wise. Yumna Ahmed Saad Hassan. Caitlin Rose Ware. And the recipient of the 2023 Sahel Abedian Medal of Excellence, Annabelle Susanna Tape. Ladies and gentlemen, Taran Varden has been selected to give the valedictory address on behalf of the graduating cohort this afternoon. He is graduating as part of the Transformation CoLab with the degree of Bachelor of Digital Transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, Taran Varden.
Isaac Newton watched an apple fall to the ground and then theorised about the force that governs the motion of planets. Rosa Parks simply sat in a seat, and yet she catalysed the American civil rights movement. Edmund Hillary and Sang Norgay walked for 16 days and became the first people to reach the top of the world. Kathy Freeman ran 400 metres and became a symbol of reconciliation and Australian pride. Apollo 11 took one small step, but it was truly a giant leap for mankind. Fellow graduates, we too took a significant step ourselves when we came here to Bond University. Maybe you took that step since it was closest to home, perhaps you've been dreaming of it since high school, or possibly you were looking to redirect your career. For myself, Taran Varden, I took that step by no plan of my own. In preparation for the next step after school, I applied for everywhere and everything. Bond University is over 100 kilometres from where I live, and I never actually expected that it would be a real option for tertiary study. Nevertheless, a month or two later, I received a phone call offering me a scholarship to study a Bachelor of Digital Transformation here at Bond. As I later found out, this degree had only existed for a few years, was in a faculty with about 5 students, and at that stage had no graduates yet. I'd also been offered other scholarships, so wanting to make a well-informed decision, I decided to come to Bond to tour the campus and meet with faculty staff before making my final decision. It was impossible not to be impressed by the wonderful facilities in the campus. But the most convincing of all was a meeting with Associate Dean Jeffrey Brand and the Transformation CoLab Program Manager Rose Walker. During our conversation, Jeff and Rose were both very honest regarding the risks of the degree. However, they were also passionately shared the high prospects of graduate work, the practical focus of the course's subjects that were designed to future-proof students' careers, and the unique teaching that Bond University offers. Despite knowing that I would be on public transport for 5 hours each day to attend Bond, the time I spent with Jeff and Rose truly inspired me to take the risk of this degree that was yet to be proven. So I took the step, which was more of a leap of faith into the unknown than anything else, and I came to Bond. This step was one of the best decisions I have ever made, as the journey that has followed has offered more than I could have ever imagined. The teaching support, mentorship, career growth opportunities, workshops, and student community that this university has is extremely unique. I'm so grateful and proud to be and always be a Bondie and part of the community at this university. And those of us graduating today should also have a lot of people to thank for the benefits and supports we've received throughout our time here. On behalf of the graduating cohort, I want to thank the lecturers, tutors, and university staff for how you have academically supported us throughout our journey here. At Bond, we have been more than just a number on your roll list. You have known our names and cared about our success. You are truly the backbone of this university and foster such a unique culture for which we are very grateful. I believe that the people at this university are the strength of this organisation and the competitive advantage that makes Bond stand out worldwide. Above everyone else, though, I would like to especially thank Jeff and Rose, who gave me so much of their time and guidance, and for ultimately keeping their promise from that first meeting that this degree would be all that it has lived up to be. As I alluded to earlier, and as you can see, I'm wearing orange, which sort of stands out in the sea of blue. I'm not actually in the Faculty of Society and Design, but FSD has taken the Transformation CoLab under its wing while it continues to grow. So I also want to thank you for having me, and on behalf of the Transformation CoLab, we appreciate your ongoing support. Many of us graduating today have also been privileged to get valuable work experience during our studies. So thank you to our internship supervisors, our managers and colleagues from whom we have learnt new skills and been able to enhance our employability. Personally, I want to thank Paul Schmidt, Julia Gray, Naomi Hardy, Ryan Dorso, Adam Forsyth, Jackson Miller and Joe Cronin for giving me the opportunity to learn from them. Assignments and exams have always been stressful, but many of us, I'm sure, found solace in friends, housemates and partners. Thank you to all of those who kept us sane in times of stress and who helped us enjoy life at some of its hardest moments. For me, I sincerely thank my partner Maddie, who has stood by me through those hard times since high school. I also believe our parents, siblings and family deserve a very special thank you, because some of us have left home to study here, and others may have been fortunate enough to stay with family, but regardless of how far away you were, I thank you for your constant backing, encouragement and belief in us long before we took that first step to come here. I would like to thank my mum, dad, brothers, sisters, nan and pop for your constant love and support in all that I do. Finally, I thank God for bringing us here and through all the challenges we may have faced to get to this moment. I'm sure Bond has felt like a second home during our time here, but today we graduate. Some of us may be going on to study further here, but I'm also sure that many of us are stepping out into the world and starting work as fresh graduates. I truly believe that it was my opportunities and experiences here at Bond that helped me to secure a graduate position in the transformation team of an international digital consulting company. I'm looking forward to this new adventure, and yes, Jeff, if you are here today hiding or online, you were right from the very beginning. So as we go out from here and take our next steps into our careers, I want to remind you that the great leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs, thinkers, scientists, activists and creators were not remembered because they sat down and twiddled away fitting into societal moulds and doing the same thing that others had done before. No, they stood out and did something truly extraordinary. They leapt into the unknown and did something new that revolutionised the world. Abraham Lincoln, Nikola Tesla, Malala Yousafzai, Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Bill Gates, Marie Curie, Amelia Earhart, Winston Churchill, Steve Jobs and so many others have become known because they took that step into the unknown. Fellow graduates, as we leave this campus and walk out those doors into our next phase of our journey, I hope that we can take that leap and do something new, something that will bring people together and something that will make a difference in society for the better. But none of society's leaders, revolutionaries, boundary spanners, transformers, and all those that have come before us got to where they did alone. Some were in teams, some had partners, and some were part of great movements during their success. But even before greatness, while they were still learning, they were supported by their teachers, mentors, colleagues, friends, and their family. This university is a great example of how greatness comes not just from one person acting alone, but from the support and mentorship of others. I'll never forget my time here at Bond and the people that have made it exceptional. So now let's go out and change the world. Let's stand out and make a difference, but let's not forget where we have come from and who has brought us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarn. A wonderful and erudite speech. As always, you've done yourself and our university proud. Everyone, let me provide just a little context to Tarn being chosen as today's valedictorian. Whilst completing his Bachelor of Digital Transformation, he received the following recognition. He appeared on the Vice-Chancellor's High Achievers list on 6 separate occasions, and given he studied for 6 semesters, this means every single semester. He was awarded no fewer than 9 first-in-class awards. He was awarded the Grenby Family Medal for exceptional performance within the Beyond Bond core curriculum subject and is graduating with a GPA of 3.875 out of a maximum of 4. A truly amazing performance and exceptionally worthy valedictorian. I'm so glad you followed Jeff and Rose's advice. Everyone, Tarn Varden. Well, graduates, congratulations, you've done it. And not one of you, even though the Vice-Chancellor put that thought in your mind, not one of you fell crossing the stage. Well done. I hope you're all proud of your achievement. We, the faculty, your parents, friends and supporters certainly are of you. Well done. Graduation for many marks a significant period of change. Some of you already know what will come next. Some, many, perhaps, will have secured your dream graduate job. Others accepted onto further study opportunities. And if that is the case, then that's absolutely wonderful. Today marks the transition into that new stage of your life. Others may not yet quite know what the next challenge or opportunity is to be, and that too is okay. But today still marks a period of transition, and I wish you well as you take the time to decide, or indeed to discover, what your next direction is going to be. Regardless, I hope you take the time to reflect on how your experience at Bond has changed you, helped you develop as a person, equipped you with the skills to be even more of a contributor to society. On first reflection, you may not be aware of just how you have changed, but I am convinced that you have, and I'm equally sure that the people closest to you will have noticed those changes. So, for example, ask yourself, do you want to achieve the same things you did when you first joined us? Have your aspirations changed? Has your understanding of the world, or your place in it, and the acknowledgement of your own biases, have they all moved? Are you more willing to reflect on and try to understand other people's points of view? As these questions suggest, the changes undergone will be different for each of you, and that's the way it should be. You're all individuals with your own personalities, your own experiences, and as mentioned before, your own paths to take. What I hope that you all have in common, though, is that your time with us has left you with the knowledge that you can embrace change. You have the confidence that you can deal with it and turn it to your advantage. Your studies, the time that you've spent being part of the Bond community, the fruits of your hard work and the fun that you've had, hopefully, all have equipped you with the skills to embrace and deal with the transitions, whatever forms they take. So, be open to the opportunities and learning that change can afford. You have the skills to deal with these challenges, and in doing so, who knows where it'll take you. My colleagues, many of whom are here to celebrate with you today, we've worked with you, we've taught you, and of course we've also learned from you. We know what you're capable of, and consequently we can easily imagine what you will achieve, and I hope you can as well. Enjoy your journey, make an impact, and be a change maker. Importantly, stay connected with one another and connected with your university. As Taran said in his speech, and as our students often say, once a Bondie, always a Bondie. Once again, many, many congratulations, you deserve it. You did wonderfully well, enjoy the remainder of the day and enjoy your journey. Everyone, I give you the Bond graduating class of 231. When you're the executive dean of the university, you get to do many wonderful things. But one of the things I always look forward to each semester is calling out the charge to our recent graduates. And that's what we're going to do here. So graduates, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to stand up and I'm going to read the charge to you. But unlike your assessment, we're actually going to give you the answer. The answer to this charge is yes, okay? But when you say that answer, and hopefully you will say yes, we expect it, I don't want you just to mumble it. I really want you to make a confident and shout as high as you can affirmation of what I'm about to read out. So, notwithstanding anything else, please, everyone, stand up. I charge you as graduates of Bond University to demonstrate at all times the highest moral and ethical standards, to apply your learnings and education to the benefit of society, to pursue the highest standards in all your endeavours with excellence always your aim, and to support forever and enhance the reputation of your university through engagement as proud alumni. Graduates, do you accept that charge? Thank you. You may sit. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal part of the ceremony. Shortly, the official party, the academics, and of course the graduates will process out of the theatre. I ask that you only exit the theatre once the last graduate has left. Following the ceremony today, please visit the Alumni Centre on your way to Don's Tavern to receive a graduation gift. And I mentioned Don's Tavern. Please, you're all invited to join ourselves and the graduates in that tavern for post-ceremony refreshments. Thank you.